Hey, you guys, this is Ann Titkemeyer. I want to talk about healthcare in Costa Rica today for a few minutes. I know I said I would talk about buying a house. I will eventually, but these topics come up as I'm doing different things, and that's when I decide to cover them when things happen. Now, let me put on another pair of glasses because I am getting so much glare from the sun because I'm sitting here in the pizza oven. Get a less, smaller, less glary. They're still pretty glary. I don't know if that's going to help. I got probably 10 pairs of glasses here in every color of the rainbow, but this is my favorite pair because I can see better through them than the other ones. Okay, I had to go to the doctor this morning. I had to go to the ER. Um, so I want to talk a little bit about that. If you have to go get health care in Costa Rica, everybody says, how does that work when you move as an expat? Well, the way it works is you're not eligible to use Costa Rican socialized medicine. And that's pretty much true anywhere you move in the world that has socialized medicine. As a expat on a tourist visa, you're not allowed to use their healthcare system. Their socialized medicine is just for citizens, and that's fine. That's really how it should be. Yeah, that doesn't show you why I was had to go to the ER this morning. Then nothing will. Anyway, long story short, if you come here, it behooves you to have private insurance. And make sure it's private insurance. It will cover you overseas. We are lucky we have the gold standard of private insurance. We have federal employment, FEP, and it is the best. It works here. But here's the thing, even though you're not covered by anyone's system beyond your own insurance or no insurance, I just had an hour-long visit, test run galore, x-rays, the whole 9 yards, and I paid 60 American dollars. 60! My copay on that would not have been $60 in the States. And that's with good insurance, with all the tests that they ran this morning. Um, there's a really great private healthcare system here in Costa Rica that's set up just for, well, not set up just for expats. A lot of Costa Ricans with money use it too because the CAHA or the socialized medicine system is problematic in its own way. It takes time to see a specialist. It's good if you're going to go in there and get treated for a cold. It's not good if you need a specialist. Um, I am going to see a specialist as I've got a referral, um, and that will also be on the private medical side. Again, my insurance will pick it all up, or the majority of it, which can only be a good thing. So the healthcare here is just as good as the states in most ways. The only issue that I have with it is you cannot get some of the same medications. They don't have all the same medications. Ah, I'm trying to read. I pay more than that. Yes, I know. I know. Hello, Leslie. Hello, Stacy. I know. That's what is so funny about it. That $60 I paid, I'm filing with my insurance company and they'll reimburse me probably to about $50. And that's still way less than I would pay as a copay in the States to have that done under the same insurance. When I had my stroke 3 years ago, the entire bill for a week in the hospital and test out their floor insurance was $4,000. In the States, that would have been a $60,000 to $80,000 bill without taking into account the life flight they put me on to the helicopter to get to San Jose. Good morning. Good morning, Cindy. So, so here's what's been going on with me. I have had back problems for years. I generally don't pay much mind to my back problems because most of my problems are mast cell with the asthma and everything. It's kind of like the mast cell is the big deal and everything else is just kind of like meh. It's minor, and I've considered the back thing minor. When I throw my back out, it's like whatever. Throw in muscle relaxers and go, or lay down, depending upon what your body is telling you. But it's something that I'm not really worried about. It's something I've had a lot of problems with. I do have very thin discs in my neck and my back. I've known that for years. I've had little surgical interventions in the States. They keep telling me at some point you're going to have everything fused, whether you like it or not. And I've been trying to avoid that. Lately, I've had sciatica. I started having big, bad balance problems. I've been falling down and using this lovely cane someone made for me when I have balance issues, but that's not very often. So 2 days ago, I'm sitting there and I'm watching TV. I think I'm watching Law and Order SVU, as a matter of fact, and I'm eating popcorn out of a new box of popcorn from Costco. And my mouth starts tingling, which is usually a bad thing when you have mast cell. Usually, with mast cell, when the tingling starts in your mouth, that means that you've reached some type of allergic something or other, and you have to throw in a lot of meds and rinse your mouth out. So this is what I did. My mouth started tingling. I rinsed my mouth. I pushed the meds, and I went on. 20 minutes later, my entire left arm went mostly numb. And I thought, well, that's weird. And sat there and it went unnumb. So I didn't think anything of it. Yesterday morning, I got up and it was like someone had drawn a line down my body. I was about half numb, that weird feeling where you get Novocaine and it starts wearing off. From here to there, from the top of my head to my toes, I'm about half numb right now. I figured it might be the thin disc of my neck or pinching something. So I thought I'd give it a few days and see how it did. I got this morning, I was worse. So I went down to our local clinic. I went to their ER section and was evaluated. And basically, what they said is they think it's related to my mast cell. They don't think that it's a bulging disc. They do not think that I have heart or any other thing going on. They think that might be a mast cell thing. So I'm getting a referral to a neurologist in San Jose. Probably the same guy that saw me for my stroke. It's real nice. I know his brother. His brother is a little baby doctor at our clinic. Um, and I'm going to get evaluated. But this looks like another dumb mast cell thing. And if it is, it is. And I will just have to learn to live with it. But this being Costa Rica, one of the things I love about the Costa Rican health care, and I've got to talk about this. This is to me, one of the best reasons to come here for health care, besides the fact that it's cheaper, even if you pay 100% out of pocket, it's so much cheaper than the States, is if you have to get prescriptions, you could walk in and request just about anything over the counter. Very few things are actually prescription. Some of the psychotropic meds are. Of course, narcotics and painkillers are. Xanax is, but that's about it. And this really came into play wonderfully for me when I started found out I couldn't get Zopanex. Zopanex is the nebulizer treatment I use in the States. It does not exist here. Now, the only thing with Zopanex is it is it's very similar to that awful poisonous asthma treatment they give everybody. But it's remanufactured. You don't have as many side effects. That's why I use it, because I don't want to be doing like this all day. So I can't get Zopanex. In the States, anytime I had to switch nebulizer solution, I would have to buy the entire box of nebulizer solution. And even with insurance, that could run like $150 easily. There, I was able to walk into the pharmacy and say, give me a vial of Duo Neb, give me a vial of this, give me a vial of that. So I was able to get individual vials of each medicine and try them for pennies compared to the States. The freedom to do that, to just decide, well, I'm going to switch up my nebulizer medicine. This has stopped working for me. Let me try this without having to go through the doctor, buying the individual vials if I need them, buying a whole box if I need it, is wonderful. Because before, I spent hundreds of dollars on treatments that did not work, having to switch from box to box to box in the States. In the States, everything is so regimented. They make you fill the entire prescription. Here, not so much. I like that aspect. I like being able to walk in and get this and this if I need them and say, hey, I need that now, and not being held to having to fill it exactly every 30 days, which has been good for me because I don't always have to take blood pressure meds, and I don't always have to take metformin. It just depends on what my readings are doing. Most of the time, I'm golden. Every now and then, I got to take those things. And when I do, being able to get them right then without having to go through a doctor is wonderful. Um, yeah, I'm trying to read some comments. Everything will be all right. I'm sure it is scary. They told me it was probably, they told me in the States this was probably going to be a spinal fusion at some point. It may well be. I may get to San Jose and Dr. Fernando may say, hey, you got a pinched nerve coming off your neck. Let's fuse your spine. That might happen. That still might happen. It's just my doctor here doesn't seem to think that's the problem because he ran a bunch of tests today. And one of the things, even though this is scarily numb and I feel like I have not much control over my left side, apparently I do. And apparently I have almost as much strength, grip, and various things that he just thinks this is not spinal. It's something else. And it could be. And it is scary, especially as you get older. You know, we were talking about that today. I'm 60 now. My husband's close to 70. And we were talking to him about why is it when you get old, you fricking lose your balance? And that's one of the things that I've dealt with. My husband's dealt with. It just is what it is. Oh my goodness, sciatica. I've only had one bout of sciatica. It was recently. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. That's one of the few times that I have gone out of my way to get pain meds is sciatica. It was miserable. There's no position you can get in that will relieve sciatica. There's nothing. You just kind of have to let it pass, as far as I can tell. Yeah, but that was a new one on me, the sciatica. Mostly what happens to me is I just lose my balance and start falling down and my back hurts. And it doesn't help that I do stupid things like occasionally climb waterfalls and stuff like that. Yesterday was a scary day because I fell down trying to get out of the swimming pool. I fell on the steps of the swimming pool. Became very difficult because I could use my right side fine. My left side is still, but I'm just going to wait and see what happens. I'm going to keep you guys informed about how wonderful the healthcare system is here, even though there are some drugs you can't get. Important message, you cannot get EpiPens here. EpiPens do not exist here. They've even told me before, it's like, why would you need an EpiPen? No one has those. It's so rare to have those kind of reactions, and we just have epinephrine and a needle. Well, that's one thing I still have filled in the States, and I haven't had to use one in forever. But at one point, I was using 3 to 4 EpiPens a week. I was having such problems before they discovered the mast cell. Once they discovered the mast cell, and I've had treatments, I've had biologics, and now I know what I'm doing with my mast cell, and I avoid everything, and I have ways I deal with stuff. It makes a big difference. So there is that to consider too. If you're on any kind of biologic or experimental medicine, you're better off in the States. You really are because you will be able to obtain it here, not so much. They don't have quite as many, but it is interesting. They have a lot more, like a lot more medications and things that are really supplements. And I've really enjoyed that because I would much rather take a supplement and kill my sinus infection than have to take Bactrim or some type of antibiotic that I know is going to give me side effects. I find it interesting how they have things going throughout the world like this. When I lived in Germany, the medical system there was much more preventative, and there were a lot more supplements and things like that as well. And I think that's one thing that the U.S. misses the boat on. You really do better with supplements sometimes, with natural things. And a shout out to Cindy Kunzman. She's one of my good friends. She's a nurse. She does the whole, I guess, naturopath thing. She has been very helpful to me, telling me, hey, can you try this? Have you tried this supplement? Have you tried this? You've tried that? She knows what she's talking about. A lot of stuff that she has said fits in well with both German and Costa Rican medicine. And yes, I am smiling. This is not going to keep me down. I don't let anything keep me down. I know yesterday I was ranting and snarping about all the stupid emails I was getting and all the things with, hey, all the things I was getting with my email and the dumb death threats and then the stupid Stephen Anderson supporters. Well, I didn't get very many emails today, so I'm happy with that. Stephen Anderson supporters, by the way, though, they're talking about Todd Ferguson's murder and rejoicing in it. Those folks have gone nuts and have posted all over the place. I got a pile of hate mail from them yesterday, and I have to laugh. They are not going to stop me from talking about this. If you're a Steven Anderson supporter and you're coming in here to flag my videos and say ugly things, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit delete and block and go on my way because I'm a happy person. I'm going to stay a happy person. And I've always said, even when life is crappy and all you can do is lay on the ground and look up, at least you can look up. And that's kind of how it is with me. I've just been dealing with this thing so long that it's just a natural part of my life, and I just deal with it and go on. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't let the crazy people drive you crazy. Keep with your own brand of crazy because everybody has their issues, everybody has their little challenges and struggles. All do. And I just hope that all you guys get to deal with your struggles in the way that works for you. Love you guys.